Why doesn't my Christmas cactus bloom? This question is familiar to many flower growers. I will answer it and, more importantly, tell you how to make this wonderful flower bloom. Always relevant are questions about crumbling buds and segments. Yes, it happens, but do not despair. In this video, I will tell you about all the subtleties so that you can enjoy the blooming of Christmas cactus at any time of the year. Now let's get to the main tips. Listen carefully and follow my tips to finally achieve the blooming of your Christmas cactus. It is really a spectacular sight, especially when there are drifts of snow outside the window. Your indoor plants can remind you of the spring beauty. I think after watching this video, you won't be left with any questions. But if there's anything else you need to clarify, feel free to ask questions in the comments. I'm always happy to answer them and share more information. The first thing that is important to know is that Christmas cactus buds appear on young segments. Therefore, proper shaping of the plant involves pinching these very segments. In case anyone is unfamiliar with the term, segments are the leaves of the Christmas cactus. By shaping the plant, you not only give it a beautiful shape, but also encourage it to bloom more abundantly. The next important aspect is the size and shape of the pot. It is recommended to choose tight and shallow pots for Christmas cactus. We mean flat forms, similar to rafts low and wide. The main requirement is that the pot should not be too large in diameter. The root system of Christmas cactus is superficial and not very branched, so in a large pot it can grow for years. An important point, until the roots reach the walls of the pot, the Christmas cactus will not tend to bloom. Be sure to keep this in mind when choosing a pot. Also, watering control is much more convenient in a small pot. Lighting is the basis for the successful development of any flowering plants, and the Christmas cactus is no exception. It requires bright, diffused light, and the duration of the day should be 10-14 hours. If the plant is located on a dark window, be sure to provide additional illumination. An LED bulb with a power of 10-12 watts of cold white light is ideal. The distance from the top of the plant to the bulb should be 10-12 centimeters, no more, otherwise there will be little benefit. Those who have windows facing northeast can count themselves lucky, as the Christmas cactus will feel great on such windows. And that's not all about lighting. There is an important secret that many people don't know about, but it exists. Everything I mentioned earlier about proper light is true for the full annual cycle, except for the bud formation period. Here, short daylight hours are key. With constant and intense light, the Christmas cactus will not begin to form buds. For this, it needs periods of short daylight hours. Therefore, if you want to admire its beauty in full, here is a diagram of how it should look in practice. From September, when the Christmas cactus goes into dormancy, it is recommended to gradually reduce the daylight hours to no more than 9 hours per day. Apply a similar treatment for 6 to 7 weeks. If possible, you can even place it in a dark place or cover it from above with an opaque bag. Watering should also be reduced during this period. Water it infrequently and moderately so that the soil does not dry out, but refrain from overwatering. It is important to create a cool environment for the plant by keeping the temperature between +11 and 12 degrees. These measures will help the Christmas cactus prepare for the bud formation period and ensure more abundant and colorful blooms. If you follow my advice and do it right, in 6 to 7 weeks, you will notice that your Christmas cactus is covered in buds. From that point on, return to normal light 10-14 hours a day and gradually increase watering. From the moment the buds form, water the plant after the soil is half dry. If you water less frequently and allow the soil to dry to a greater depth, the buds may start to fall off. It is important to control this process carefully. Regarding the buds falling off, I would like to emphasize that they can fall off not only because of lack of moisture, but also because of increased temperature. During this period, Christmas cactus will feel great at a temperature of 21-22 degrees. Dry air can also contribute to the fall of buds. Heating radiators especially are very drying, so be sure to cover them so that the hot air is not directed directly at the Christmas cactus. A definite plus will be the use of a humidifier. However, not everyone has such equipment, so you have to resort to improvised means, such as wet rags on the radiator. It is important to create the most comfortable conditions for the plant to prevent the buds from falling off due to dry air. One more very important point: if all the previous conditions are met and your Christmas cactus starts to form buds, do not touch it at all. Do not rotate or move the pot to another location. Christmas cactus is extremely sensitive to outside influences during this period. Always keep this in mind to ensure a calm environment and successful bud formation. So, now on to proper fertilization. From March to August, it is recommended to fertilize Christmas cactus twice a month. For this purpose, any fertilizer for flowering plants with a high content of potassium and phosphorus is suitable. The main requirement is minimal or no nitrogen in the fertilizer. It is recommended to reduce the doses by half of those indicated on the package. Feed your Christmas cactus regularly, taking a break only during the resting period from September until buds appear. And here's a little secret. The cooler the room and the higher the humidity, the longer the Christmas cactus will bloom. Now you know the basic nuances of flowering, and I hope that they will help you successfully grow this handsome cactus. May your Christmas cactus delight you with its magnificent blooms. Subscribe, give me a like, and stay tuned for more interesting videos. Your support means a lot to me.